bless Queen Elizabeth. Vice Chairman of the General Council.
Flourished until it became one of the most powerful the world had ever known. But in this case,
Her Majesty the Queen.
I thank you all most sincerely for the kind way in which you have drunk my health. And I thank you also, Mr Holt, for this most interesting book, which you have just given me on behalf of your fellow members of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. I was delighted to accept the invitation of the association to be their guest today, for it gives me this opportunity of welcoming my Prime Ministers and Ministers and the many other parliamentary representatives from our great Commonwealth of Nations. And here, in the Palace of Westminster, which is the home of the Mother of Parliaments, and of the many ties linking this family of nations, not the least is that system of parliamentary government which is common to us all. I have vivid memories of my visits during my father's lifetime to Commonwealth parliaments overseas, and I am looking forward with pleasure to seeing others during my forthcoming journey and enjoyable stay in this country.
Madam, in this hall of fame and antiquity, a long story has been unfolded of the conflicts of the Crown versus Parliament. And I suppose we are, most of us, at the moment, within 100 yards of the statue of Oliver Cromwell. But, ma'am, those days are done. The vehement, passionate, moral and intellectual forces that clashed in tragic violence together 300 years ago are now united. It is no longer a case of Crown v. Parliament, but of Crown and Parliament. In our island, by trial and error and by perseverance across centuries, we have found out a very good plan. Here it is. The Queen can do no wrong. $50 or $60 parliaments and one Queen. and the youngest here are sure that we here therefore content myself with the observation that no constitution was ever written in better English. Constitutional monarchy and the Republic of the United States of America is the hatred of dictatorship. Both here and across the ocean, over the generations and the centuries, the idea of the division of power has lain deep at the root of our development. We do not want to live under a system dominated either by one man or one theme. Like nature, we follow in freedom the paths of variety and change, and our faith is that in the mercy of God, things will get better and better if we all try our best.
The honour of having been asked by the Canadian branch of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association to join on their behalf in the thanks to Her Majesty which have been so eloquently expressed by the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. In Ottawa, the Canadian members of our association are not always unanimous in their support for what I have to say. But here on this occasion, I am sure they all want me to associate them with their colleagues from other parts of the Commonwealth in undivided approval and appreciation of the message Her Majesty has just given us. To outsiders, it is frequently a great source of wonderment how an association like the Commonwealth, whose members are so widely scattered over the globe, who have such diverse interests, who comprise so many ethnic elements, can possibly survive as a harmonious international entity. If they were thus perplexed, could have been with us this afternoon, they would be better able to understand why this achievement of the Commonwealth has been possible. We never have had to overlook our differences, but we do endeavor in our relations one with another to emphasize those things which tend to unite rather than to divide. Hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! God save the Queen.